Hi kids. So I know you were expecting to see real live Miss Gruber today. However, you are getting more digitized Miss Gruber. Sorry, with the new pertussis case, my situation is still up in the air. Definitely not going to be out for the full 21 days again, that's for sure. But I am in the process of hopefully talking to the peoples in charge right now. So I will let you know as soon as I know. Nonetheless, as I said before, I have total faith in Miss Brooks and the care that she's providing for you, so hopefully these little excerpts are as enthralling as I like to pretend that they are. Anyway, I have to talk to you about course selection for next year, so you know what options you have. Ultimately, I will be collecting your course selection sheets and making a recommendation for you for next year. I stand behind those recommendations as I put a lot of thought into where you can learn the most, where you can have the most opportunity at the right level. Nonetheless, I do want you to listen to your options carefully because you also have the opportunity to override my decision with parental consent. While I don't recommend that you do that, I still want you to take ownership of your own education. So with that said, I'll go over the options. This is where you are right now: decisions, consequences, and reflections. These little keys over here stand for academic A, that's the standard level, accelerated. These classes are all weighted the same. That means whatever you score in this, like the A that you get in here is the same as the A that you get in here. But in accelerated courses, the curriculum is a little bit more rigorous. And while it might be based on the same text, it often asks a little bit deeper, a little bit faster. And sometimes the texts change up. AP and honors levels are weighted more highly. However, AP and honors are the same weight. So I want to be absolutely clear here. Despite the popular misconception that AP is above honors, that is untrue. They are weighted excuse that phone ringing. Anyway, they are rated the exact same in terms of grades. The only benefit to taking an AP course, and this goes for any difference across the board, not just in English, is that it culminates in a test, in an AP test. And even at that, you can take any AP test at any time. So, with that said, let's say you are here. Your options are the American Journey, that's Academic A, regular, or the American Journey Accelerated. If you're in Academic A and you stay in Academic A, then you'll be staying in the same level. Same with if you're in Accelerated and you go into Accelerated, you are staying at the same level. However, you also have the opportunity to go up here, whereas in 10th grade you did not have that opportunity. These classes, these levels don't exist in 10th grade. Another accelerated course option that you have, so it's not the following course is not Academic A, is American Studies. American Studies is an accelerated course. So there's a big difference between the American Journey and American Studies. The American Journey is your traditional English course. That is both at the Academic A, the standard level, and the accelerated level. You'll be continuing a lot of what we do here. Granted, it'll be more difficult, and while our curriculum slopes upward, meaning it gets harder and we get a little bit more nuanced in writing as this year goes on to prepare you for 11th grade is generally more rigorous because it's just at a faster pace. So regardless, the American Journey is a great course. Love it. Still, it's very similar to what you're doing now, regardless of whether it's Academic A or Accelerated. American Studies, however, is different in that the setup of the course is both a social studies and an English credit, meaning the course satisfies both your social studies component and the English component in one course. I get a lot of positive feedback from this course, and at any time, you can actually ask Ms. Brooks about it because she taught it. So she could probably speak to what exactly it is better than I can. The idea is that it's a hybrid course, so you're looking at the literature from a given time period and then understanding the history from which it came, from which the lit came. So every class is as long as a block day, but there's a lot of movement. And then on block days, it's not like you have double block, you just have it on both block days. So you have the 90-minute period on both days. Okay? Now, what makes this different is not only the content, but the focus. American Journey is a little bit more writing focused, as is this course. American Studies has a lot more projects. So for someone who is perhaps an accelerated student, an accelerated learner, remember this is an accelerated course, but who also really enjoys doing projects or has a lot of aptitude at them, this is a great place for you if you love to do projects and have group discussions. So, good course. Moving up, honors and AP, again, are weighted more heavily. The difference between honors and AP is that honors, if you see the American Journey down here, this says Honors American Journey. That means you're going to get a very, and let me stress this, very rigorous curriculum. It goes really fast. You're going to learn a ton. It's an awesome course. It's similar to what you're doing now in that it's a study of literature. It's a study of theme. You're looking at the humanistic ideas of why is it that people write what they write? What impact does that have on us? You're looking at the content and asking why. So think literature, think themes. Writing is still a huge part of this course. The focus that you are writing about is going to be a lot about human truth and the American journey specifically. What does it mean to be American? What is that? Not so much what does it mean to be American, but more like how has our books reflected our past, and so on. AP Language and Composition, as evidenced by the title, Language and Composition, focuses on words, rhetoric, persuasion, dissecting word choice. You're looking at more non-fiction pieces, so things that are based on truth, that are truthful, like speeches and things like that, and picking apart the messages and the word choice based on diction, syntax. So I hope you're painting a dichotomy in your mind here. American Journey, on this side of the globe, has to do with themes, humanistic stuff, lit. On this side of the globe over here, it's equally awesome in every language, English way you can think of, but it's rhetoric. There's a lot more writing. Okay. With that said, if you see the track going into 12th grade, this year, 11th grade, is AP Language and Comp, that's rhetoric. AP 12 is AP Literature. So in reality, Honors American Journey is going to be a more logical trajectory to go into AP English over here. You can absolutely go from AP to AP, just like you can go from American Journey into AP. In 12th grade, going into this AP class, which both the AP course here and the honors class will prepare you for, is your only option that's weighted more heavily. Everything else becomes mixed into 2 semester classes, 1 semester, and you really don't have to worry about this. I would just want you to understand your trajectory, as I said. The first semester is a typical English class called The Human Condition, which I love, and then the second semester is senior electives, modern, contemporary, plays and playwright forms of fiction. You have to take one of those, but you'll either be going bloop, bloop, or bloop. Whereas if you take AP Language and Comp, then it's all year. Your 11th grade English teacher will go through that spiel for you. The only reason that I'm saying it now is so you understand how the path that you take now informs your future. You can absolutely go from Accelerated American Studies or Accelerated American Journey into AP English and Lit in 12th grade, and your future English teacher next year will talk to you about those options as well. So if you have any questions, definitely ask me. I'm going to ask that you take some time to think about it, and I want you to make a little check mark in pencil to the class that seems most attractive to you, where you think you should go. The reason that I ask you to do that is because perhaps in a very few cases, I would think that you could be suited for either honors or AP. If you have a preference, maybe I would want to know. Otherwise, if you leave it unchecked, I will just make my opinion.